Hi, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on where you're watching from. My name is Ccioma. In case you didn't know, now you know. So I started this thing called Dear Worship Leader, and it just came from a place of me wanting to share some of the things that I've learned over the years being a worship leader from my home church and through the different churches that I've served in. And the thing that made me start doing this is because there are lots of things I assumed people knew. I just assumed people knew, especially worship leaders. I just assumed that there were lots of things they knew, but I discovered, while working with my choir, with my team, that there's a couple of things that we don't know, and we should be equipped to always deliver excellence. So, disclaimer, whatever I'm saying here is not a doctrine, it is not a law. They are just things that I've learned over the years and decided to share with you. You get? So, one of the things I'll be discussing here today is set list, the issue of set list. And another reason why I'm doing this is because I really don't see any form of training for worship leaders. You have a beautiful voice and they just throw you, you have a beautiful voice, don't worry, you're anointed, don't worry, just go and sing. I feel that there should be a place for equipping worship leaders, taking them through all of these things. And I just decided to step up to the plate and just give my, share my experiences and just some things that I think is going to help us. So the first thing I'll be discussing today, like I said before, is set list. Some people call it flow. We call it flow in my own church, the Elevation Church. Hala! Elevation Church Nigeria, not the one in the US, not 740. Nope. This is Godman Akinlabi. That's my pastor. Some people we call it flow in the Elevation Church. Other people call it set list. I don't know what you guys call it in your, some people say praise and worship list, whatever. We call it flow. But here we're going to call it set list. So set list is usually, a list of songs that you put together. So if you're told you have 20 minutes to lead praise and worship, you just put some songs together, and then maybe rehearse it with the team. I'm just assuming that we actually write out the songs that we sing. If you don't write it out, I want you to bow your head and shake. Hello? Do like this. Growing up, there was this thing of just sing as the song comes to you. Just sing as the Spirit leads. The Spirit of God is very organized. That's why you even see, when you see ministers preach, they have their slides, they have their laptop and all of that. It does not diminish the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is very organized. So you sitting down and putting your songs together does not mean that you are not flowing in the Spirit. It's actually the Holy Spirit that is leading you on the songs to put together. You get? So if you are the kind of person that will get on stage and start singing anything that comes to you, please, let's do better. Let's do better by putting together a set list. What set lists also do for you is that, even after rehearsing sometimes, I hope you also rehearse your set list before coming on stage. If you don't used to rehearse your set list and come on stage, oh my God, I don't know whether I will say God will judge you, but I really don't know. You need to rehearse your set list before coming on stage. Please, I beg you in the name of the Lord God. Except it's an impromptu thing, and if it's an impromptu thing, it should not happen all the time. Just once in a while. Don't go with your unpreparedness. Don't go with your scatteredness. With your head is everywhere on stage. Oftentimes it shines through, and then oftentimes you will not deliver your best because the harmonies are not rehearsed, the musicians have not rehearsed, syncopations are not in sync. Everything is just all over the place. All right. So these are the parts of excellence that we're talking about. These are the things that show that you actually take yourself seriously. You take your office as a worship leader seriously. You get? So put your set list together and then rehearse it with your team members, both the backup singers and the musicians. this does a lot of things for you. It makes the song to enter you even more before you even deliver it. So the song blesses you first of all before you can bless people. You can't give what you don't have. If the song has not blessed you, won't bless anybody. So in place of rehearsal, you are doing a lot of things, which is you are making the song enter you a bit more. People are learning their harmonies correctly. The musicians are getting, more of the flow of sequence, trying to create, be creative and all of that. Those are the things that setlist do for you. Now, the major reason why I'm talking about setlist is for this, especially for those of us already, put setlist together. There is something called a theme. I'm going to give an example now. There's such a thing called a theme. Oh, look at that, right? There's such a thing called a theme. Like where I should enter rapping. There's such a thing called a theme when you're leading people in worship. Now, when I say worship, please, I want to believe that those of us that are watching me, there's a little bit of maturity in us spiritually. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, please. But I hope we've gone past the place of thinking worship is slow song and then praise are fast songs. I hope that's out of the way. All right. So what a theme does is, a theme is a flow of, for lack of a better word, flow of thoughts. What do you want the people to? Okay, let me give an example. Sometimes when I'm putting a set list together, what is heavy on my heart is consecration. So my song will go that way. What a theme for a song does for you is that it entrenches that theme in the hearts of the people that you're leading. It puts it in their heart so much that when they leave, that is what that is what they're thinking about. That is what they're praying about. This is not the way to do a set list. Now let me give you an example. Is that please, can we celebrate this fine? This amazing. If you don't know him and you say you're a worship leader, you're a musician, I don't know. I'm faulting your worship leadership and your musicianship. That's a joke, but amazing musician. When I say musician, I mean all round. The thing that God helped me to do is to make him not to be able to sing too much like that. If not, many of us will not have work. Isn't God good? All right, his name is Ccioma, but we call him I Check to the checks. So that's CRB. So let me just quickly give you an example of what a set list should not be. Let your power flow. I'll not sing it too long. In this place, let your healing come. In this place, I call for signs and wonders. In this place, let your healing flow. In this place, and then from here you now move to you provide the fire, I provide a sacrifice. Fill me up, God. Fill me up, God. Fill me up, God. Fill me up. Then you go to see what the Lord has done. So, before some of you start entering worship, because some of you think so arty, some of you already lying on the ground in worship. For the sake of what I'm talking about, you see those three flows, like I said, that whole call it in my church. Those three flows. The first one, let your power flow, is talking about, God, come down in your might, come down in your strength. Like some of the parts of the song says, just like the day the power passes to your power. We are saying, God, show forth your power. Show forth. Maybe there's a situation that is facing you, and you are, where David says, let God arise and his enemies be scattered. That's what the song is. And then from there you go to fill me up, Lord. You provide a fire. That's consecration. That's consecration. where you're saying, God, anything that's not like you in me, I need you to take it out. Anything that is not pleasing to you, take it out. That's what a sacrifice is. You know, when we say, I offer myself as a living sacrifice, you're saying, Father, Lord, take out the things that are not. Consecration means separation. Separation is not just separating you from people. It also means separating things that are not like God. Separating them away from you. So while people are still trying to say, oh Lord, you know, while people are first on that square, people are saying, yes Lord, fight my battles. You now enter consecration. They're like, okay, oh, we're no longer fighting battles. Okay, Lord, oh Lord, I offer myself. And then while they are still trying to enter that place, you go to see what the Lord has done. And then like, oh, okay, we are giving thanks now. Oh, okay. Oh, it's testimony time. Oh, okay. So you're making the whole thing scattered. You're just making it. It's not cohesive. So when you're putting your set list together, think, what message? How do I want the people? What message do I want the people to live with? So if it's consecration, you stay with, fill me up, God, fill me up, God, fill me up, God, fill me up. To oh Lord, set my heart on fire for you. I want to know your heart. Do you understand? To withholding nothing, withholding nothing. Holding nothing, I give myself away. So by the time you are done, people are like, yes, God. Are you trying to answer? He's the Lord, my God. That's what yes. That's how. That even after the praise and worship session, people go with that thing in their minds. So if it's praise, you just want to extol God. Let the songs go that way. From see what the Lord has done to, He's done so much for me, I cannot tell it all. You understand? It makes people live, and they live with a heart of gratitude. Set lists. Like I said, this is not law. This is not doctrine. It is just things that I have learned on my journey. If you have anything that needs suggestion, anything you want me to talk about, put it inside the commentary section right there. God bless you. Till next time, keep doing what you do. There's a reward for you as a worship leader. God bless you.